I can still see her smile in that candlelight. Soft, effortless, the kind reserved for someone who knows your secrets. But that night, it wasn't for me. It was for her phone. She laughed once. Quiet, to herself. The sort of laugh that slips out when no one's meant to hear it. But I heard it. I always did. That's the part that still hurts. The text arrived just as the dessert plates hit the table. Our 10th anniversary. The waiter brought a layered chocolate creation, our names scripted in white icing. Just as he lit the candle, her phone vibrated. A brief, single buzz. She glanced down, saw the name work and laughed. Then, like hiding a secret note, she turned the phone face down. No apology. No excuse. Just laughter and concealment. I said nothing. She leaned over, kissed my cheek like nothing had happened, thanked me for dinner. I smiled, sipped the wine, swallowed the words I wanted to speak. The next morning, I sent a bouquet of white lilies and pale pink roses to her boss's wife. No card. I knew her from holiday parties, small talk over shrimp cocktails last Christmas. Green velvet, elegant, genuine. I remembered thinking she deserved better. The flowers weren't a message, they were a question. And I think she knew it. Back to that night. We were in a quiet corner, the table lit by a single brass candle. A place where waiters refill your wine before you notice the glass is half empty. She wore navy blue, the dress with an open back and a thin gold chain resting between her shoulders like a whisper. I used to trace it with my fingers. I remember loving her. She spoke about work, deadlines, clients, stress. I nodded, asked questions, but all I could think of was that text, that small laugh. Who makes you laugh like that? By 9:47 p.m., dinner was over. She suggested splitting dessert. The same woman who used to steal bites from my plate now wanted equality. I agreed, not for the dessert, but to see if she'd check her phone. She didn't. Not once. I drove us home in silence. She hummed softly to jazz, curated playlists, while I gripped the wheel like I was driving a stranger. We passed the coffee shop where we'd met. Closed. Lights off. Irony settled in. At home, she kicked off her heels, said she was exhausted, kissed me lightly, and went to the bathroom. I sat on the bed, staring at the dark TV screen, listening to water run. I didn't check her phone. I could have, she always used her dad's birthday, but I didn't need to. Her face had said enough. I just sat there, tired in a way I hadn't known I could be. I remembered our wedding day. Her laugh when I fumbled the ring, dancing barefoot when the music ran long. Our first apartment, staying up until 3 a.m., talking about everything and nothing. She drew constellations on my arm, named them after places we wanted to go. When did that stop? Maybe it was a slow fade, like a song gradually lowering volume. Maybe I stopped tracing her chain. Maybe she stopped naming stars. The next morning, I brewed coffee. She was in the shower, steam curling out of the cracked door. I stared at the bouquet order on my phone, typing her boss's wife's name like walking into a dream. I hit send, deleted the confirmation, poured coffee into her favorite chipped mug. She took it, kissed my cheek, thanked me. I didn't smile back. Something was unraveling, thread by thread. She didn't ask about the flowers. Not that day, not the next. I expected confrontation. None came. Perhaps the wife hadn't said anything. Perhaps she already knew. Maybe my wife wasn't his first. That morning, something shifted in her eyes, subtle, like a door had opened, but she couldn't see who entered. Quieter than usual, she made her toast, poured coffee, kissed my cheek, left for work, following a script perfectly. I watched her drive away. For a moment, I wondered how long she'd been performing. I sat on the bedroom floor, back against the closet, not crying, not raging. Letting silence fill the space where trust used to live. That afternoon, her boss's wife followed me on Instagram. Private account, no posts, no messages, just a quiet nod from across the room. First confirmation. That night, my wife came home late. Work dinner, she asked, setting her purse by the door. I asked if she was tired. No, just needed a shower. I sat in the living room, listening to the hum of the heater. Shadows played across the walls. I picked up my phone. Her boss's wife had posted something. Just a single photo, an empty vase on the counter. No caption, no context. But I knew. My chest tightened, every beat loud in the silence. Not angry, not sad, just alert. She emerged from the shower, towel wrapped around her hair, skin flushed from steam. She smiled and asked if I wanted to watch something. We used to binge together, a ritual we held sacred. She'd lean against me, popcorn flying during tense moments, shouting predictions I'd roll my eyes at. Now she sat apart, scrolling listlessly. The show ran in the background, forgettable. My focus was her distance. Even inches away, the gap was vast. My eyes drifted to her hands. Ring still on. Mine too. It felt like clinging to a title long abandoned. Words were sparse those nights. The silence spoke volumes. 3 days later, it was broken not by her, but by a message. 3 words. I know. No greetings. No explanations. I didn't respond. We were 2 people seeing the same shattered image from different angles. That evening, she asked if I was okay. I studied her closely. Mascara streaked under one eye, a tiny blemish near her lip, faint lines at her brow. Tired. Real. I almost asked, is it him? But instead whispered, I'm fine. She nodded, relieved. She wanted me to believe her narrative, even if it hadn't been told. That night, she slept angled away as usual. I stared at the ceiling, confessing to the quiet room, I don't trust you anymore. The words floated out, needing air, needing truth outside my head. The week passed in careful motion. We circled each other like dancers with mismatched choreography. Smiles patched invisible cracks. I mirrored her tone, her timing. Coffee still made, laundry still folded. But mentally, I drifted elsewhere. Apartment listings became a secret hobby. 1 bedroom, quiet streets, a place to breathe, alone. Confrontation felt unbearable. I wasn't ready for lies face to face. It happened on a grey Sunday. She hummed off-key, folding clothes in the bedroom. I stared at the wet leaves in the yard. Phone rang, unknown number. Hunch made me answer. Is this Daniel? A woman asked. Yes. Natalie, she said. Ethan's wife. The world shifted. She didn't wait. Got your flowers. Quiet, but I need to know, how long? I swallowed. I don't know. You knew, she said, tired. Checked his phone. Pictures. Confronted him. She exhaled long. He admitted it. Almost a year. A year. 12 months of late nights, secret texts, hidden laughter. I chuckled hollowly. Don't be bitter, she said. You didn't lie here. Call ended. Silence returned. Upstairs, she folded a sweater, mine. Memory struck. Who was that? Natalie, I said, calm, hollow. Her hands froze. A quiet exhale. Then she sat, sweater in lap, no words. I didn't scream, didn't accuse. Why him? I asked. Blinking, tears forming. I don't know, she whispered. Yes, you do, I pressed. She avoided my gaze. I was disappearing. Like we were roommates. Could have fixed it, I said, laughter breaking wrong. You didn't ask. Found someone else instead. She reached for my hand. I still love you. And for a moment, I saw her, the girl in the rain, the handholder in hospital halls, the one who laughed in sleep. I believe you. But love isn't the question. She crumbled, sitting beside me, sobbing. I stayed. Not cold, not cruel, just done. 2 weeks later, a small apartment downtown. Hardwood floors, tall windows, a space free of old ghosts. Divorce clean. No fights over furniture. She texted once, I miss you every day. I didn't reply. Love lingers, trust doesn't. Now mornings are quiet. Coffee alone. 1 creamer. Passing the mirror, I don't see betrayal. I see someone who finally left the table. Quietly. And when love no longer looked him in the eye, he was already gone.